Well, the head of the EPA is headed to Ohio today, putting new pressure on the company behind that toxic train derailment. This as a new medical clinic opens for residents there. Rena Roy reports.
More than 2 weeks after the fiery train crash in East Palestine, Ohio, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg pushing for transparency and answers for residents.
We're pushing for three-part drive on real safety. Things that we're doing in the Department of Transportation to raise the bar. Things that we need help from Congress in order to hold rail companies accountable. And things that this industry needs to do differently.
The train company, Southern, turning his shot to affected residents. 11-year-old Zach lives less than a mile from the site of the derailment. His family now living in a hotel.
Our face has been burning, headaches,
The company also paying for the cleanup, announcing more than 7 tons of contaminated soil and over 1 million gallons of contaminated water have now been excavated from the derailment site, adding in a statement the material will be transported to landfills and disposal facilities that are designed to accept it safely. This comes as federal and state health officials open a health clinic for residents to address medical concerns after multiple complaints of skin, eye, and throat irritation.
They're doing everything they can to take care of the community.
The governors of Ohio and Pennsylvania are both making a visit to East Palestine today, along with the EPA administrator, hoping to help residents in this long road to recovery. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
save on homeowners insurance.
Yes, Ted. I'll give you $2 for the chair.
That's a Victorian antique.
Victorian antique. Gotta go.
You have a natural spring, and U.S. residents say that they are feeling the symptoms now after that toxic train wreck, and the EPA is apparently listening. The agency telling Norfolk Southern it must conduct all necessary actions to clean up East Palestine, Ohio now, and if the company fails to complete any actions that the EPA deems necessary, well, the agency says it will step in and force the company's hand, seeking to compel Norfolk Southern to pay for cleanup anyway, but at triple the cost. Well, today, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine and also EPA Administrator Michael Regan visited the residents there of the town, trying to reassure them that the water is safe to drink. So they took a sip.
Thank you so much. Awesome. That's good. Really cold coming from that.
Well, our next guest is a business owner and a resident of East Palestine with a farm that has a well, natural spring, and 2 ponds. Perfect person to talk to. Melissa Smith is joining me now. So, Melissa, as a resident there, did that moment that you just watched once again make you feel any better?
Well, I mean, I'm going to be quite honest. It made me feel a little uneasy because while the drinking water in the immediate vicinity of our downtown might be safe, there are a lot of us that are on other aquifers or using wells that haven't been tested yet. And so we have not heard from anyone about testing, which we probably would have by now, and we've resorted to do our own independent testing.
So, have you received any results from that? And I would love to just lay out what you said, because you make a really good point. You've got a well, you have a natural spring, and you have 2 ponds. So, tell me what you have tested so far, if you have received any of those results yet.
Over the weekend, we gathered samples from the spring that feeds our house. Our home is over 200 years old, so it's still being fed by a natural spring. We have a well at the barn that the cattle drink from, and we have ponds. So we drew samples from all 3 of those. We picked the pond that seemed the most obvious, that would have gotten runoff or possibly might have been affected the most, and we went with that, and we dropped those off at the lab yesterday, and we're hoping to have results within a week or so.
All right, well, first of all, I want to make sure you join us then in a week, okay? I want to just get you on record here. I want to hear what your results show, okay? Because that will help us,
It would help everyone. Yeah.
Yes, agree. Okay, so let's definitely follow up on that. In the meantime, I'm taking notes here. So your well is what your cattle drinks from. Tell me how your cattle is doing. Anybody sick? Anybody not feeling well? Anybody feeling lethargic? Update me there.
I mean, I'll be honest, our cattle seem fine.
Okay.
What our main concerns are down the road. Because a lot of times when something happens, you don't immediately always see things that may be wrong immediately.
For a while.
So I think what happens is that, for a while you have to monitor things. And so we have a plan to, keep a close watchful eye on the cattle, of course. And we do plan to reach out to a veterinarian, and we've been in contact with the Soil and Water Conservation Department at the county level, asking for advice as to future testing for soil and for plant tissue for the alfalfa fields. So there's a lot moving forward that will have to be tested, and I am assuming will have to be retested repeatedly so that we can ensure that we have safety out there.
Wow, you have a lot going on, even alfalfa fields. Holy cow. Okay, we definitely need to stay in touch with you because you've covered it all. With regard to the ponds, any fish or anything, what do you use your ponds for?
We don't typically have a lot of fish in our ponds. It's a lot of frogs and turtles, to be honest. There may be
How
a
are
few
they?
fish in there, but we've checked. We actually, there's 3 ponds on the property that we walked them, and we didn't see evidence of anything out of the ordinary. And I'll be honest, over the last week or so, we saw the return of the deer and the turkey, and geese are back in the ponds, which is a good sign. But again, we have a lot of history of mining in the area. There are undermines that lead clear out to the railroad. So we just want some assurance that somebody's looking into the contamination level and how that is impacting possibilities of reaching some of those deep mines. And there's water that travels through them. So there's just a lot to unpack there. And I'm not an expert in that field, and I'm hoping there's someone that is looking into that. So I mean, my dad he's retired. He still lives on the farm. He has a home there as well. He has a well, and he's not been tested. So we are just kind of trying to take things in our own hands for now until someone comes and helps us answer those questions. But we're not alone. There are a lot of people who are still reaching out through social media saying they've not been tested, or they've got lack of confidence, or just not seeing results of the well testing coming in quickly enough. So that's another issue.
Well, my guess is that when you attend this meeting later this afternoon with the CEO of Norfolk Southern, who's been in town offering to reimburse people for expenses, what do you have to say? What are you going to tell him what you need? Because quite frankly, he should be paying for all this testing that you're doing.
Well, and that's correct. And honestly, a lot of these tests are going to be out of pocket. And my first concern is, honestly, I worry for the people who live immediately along the tracks and the people who fought the fires. I mean, I don't know if anybody's even talking about those people that were there fighting the emergency and their health. I worry for them. But I think that there's a lot for him to answer for, and I'm sure he's going to be hit with it left and right. But until we start getting some concrete answers and some test results coming back for the surrounding areas along the creek and the river, for people's well water, and I feel like there's a lot there to be answered.
Well, we are going to stay in close touch with you, Melissa. Please let us all know, our producers know, when you get those test results back. Also, let us know how it goes tonight, and if you got any clear answers from Norfolk Southern, please. Melissa Smith, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube.
Shalom, give all praise, Yahweh Shemil, Shabbat Shemat HaKadosh, no honors to the elders and apostles, men and the truth went down, guarding this truth and knowledge, and Kawadi Yahweh Shemil, Shabbat, put in the spirit, the elders and apostles, men and the truth went down, guarding this truth and knowledge, so we can know this truth and knowledge. And call holy Yahweh Shemil, Shabbat Shemat HaKadosh, give all praise, Yahweh Shemil, Shabbat Shemat HaKadosh. I was relating to 2 videos relating to talking about relating to the Ohio derailment, the toxic fumes. We talk about the mayor, the governor of Ohio, and EPA were relating to a resident's house in East Palestine area, testing the water, drinking the water. I believe it was pretty much a certain area downtown, maybe. So they would, drinking the water, pretty much. And one of the small business owners relating to that video, ABC News, talking about she wasn't she wasn't convinced relating to that, because some areas may be safe or presumed safe, but other areas may not. So she wasn't 100% confident relating to that. And the video's talking about having a meeting with the you know, the southern Norfolk, you know, the railroad, related to you know, certain matters relating to the toxics. So there's some reports relating to also the fish being contaminated, the water and different things, diotoxins and different things. That was a chemical report as well. So in the video here, and so and plus we had some other railroads. The one in Detroit. You had one in Stanislaus County, Stanislaus County, which is Bay Area. So you had something go there. That's California, and Stanislaus County. That was a day ago. So you having all these strange derailments. Also, you had a factory fire too as well. You know, that wasn't too far from areas of Ohio. So I don't know. You know, so there's a lot of things going on. You know, I mean, coincidence or not. You know, but you know, a lot of weird things going on. Look at these scriptures real quick. So pretty much the ABC report talks about Ohio residents still uneasy relating to the water, how safe the water is, and different things. And WFNA talking about the derailment, EPA, which is Environmental Protection Agency, relating to visiting, which I was saying that one of the residents in that house, they had a cup of water, and pretty much it looked like it was safe to drink, you know, from the optics, I guess. I'm gonna get a word real quick before I get some scriptures. Hold up.
Facade.
An outward appearance that is maintained to conceal a less pleasant or credible reality. So it's a front or a face to sometimes conceal or mask something that's really going on behind that mask, man. So in this case, behind this case, you know, this could be it. You know what I mean? Pretense. A false display of feeling or attitude or intentions, man. So that's what that, you know, is a false form of display, man. So basically something that's from face value, from the optics, that presents itself a certain way, but it may not be what it actually is, you know. So relating to this incident with the derailment and the chemicals and how safe the water is, you know, they basically trying to play up for the cameras, I guess, in a matter of speaking. Other words go for it. Show, affront. A side of a part of an object that presents itself to a view that is normally seen, used first, most forward part of something. So basically the front, it's like a the optics of the outward appearance, man. So it is presenting itself to as a front, like for example, use hypothetically a business doing a certain business. They conceal certain matters, specifically illegal, but they have a mask it with a front of a legitimate business, man. You know what I mean? So to pretty much not raise suspicion or question. You know what I mean? So in this case, that's what it is, that front, man. So no one will raise any question or suspicion about. So So they can, so that's that mask, in a matter of speaking. All right, let's get some scriptures. Of course, other words relating to facade will be appearance given by someone or something, although this may be misleading. So all together is a form of a show, a front, an appearance, and a pretense, man. And that's what this situation regarding this derailment is, man. It may not be as it seems, obviously. All right, let's go to Luke 8:17. Nothing is hidden that will not be disclosed, nor is anything secret that will not become known and come to the light, man. So anything that's being hidden or in secret is going to eventually come to light, man. It's going to be exposed, man. It's going to be made manifest and be made known. That's what that is. 8:17. That's a definition. That was that was one version. I'm gonna go to 12:2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be made revealed, neither hide that shall not be made known. So anything goes with 8:17. So anything that's covered is going to be unveiled, man, and be exposed, man, and be revealed. And anything hid is going to be made manifest and be made known, man. So let's get Ecclesiasticus. Is this a rock? Which will be Ecclesiasticus, Ecclesiasticus 5 and 15. That one. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or small. So be not ignorant, man. Be not ignorant. Be not lack of knowledge of regarding whether great or small matters, man. You know what I mean? So that's what that is. Pretty much, be not ignorant of anything great or small matters. Ignorant what? Lack of knowledge, awareness, or in general, uneducated, unsophisticated. So pretty much lacking the knowledge and awareness of something in general aspects, man. You know what I mean? So that's what that is. Psalms 64 and 8. I'm gonna get a few over this one. This is the KJV. Read that one. So they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves. So what they speak, they're pretty much going to expose themselves, whether they're trying to or not, whether directly or indirectly. And all that see them shall flee away, man. Psalms, this will be the New Amplified Standard Bible. So they will make him stumble. Their own tongue is against them. So they're going to stumble on their own words, man. They're going to fumble and stumble on their own words, man. But pretty much reveal what they're saying, man. And all who see them shall shake their heads. So they're going to look at them like, what's going on? You know what I mean? You know, they're going to look at them, what's going on? You know, shaking their head. What is this person saying, man? You know what I mean? Because they're going to read right through that. So they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves, and all that see them shall flee away. So they're going to flee away and shake their heads at them because, you know, pretty much because of the foolishness they speak, man, you know. This is something really short relating to those two videos, you know. Let me see. Scripture talks about the truth shall set you free. Knowing the truth shall set you free. We'll get that one. 8th chapter. And ye shall know the truth shall make you free. You know, make you free. Ultimately, the truth, related to this truth and knowledge, going to make you free, knowing of it, because a covering cast has been put on. That veil's been put on for a long time to, you know, to conceal the certain matters, man. So now that veil's been lifted, and the truth is what? Being revealed, being made known, man. So, and knowing of that is going to make you free, man. Scripture talks about we're not ignorant of Satan's devices too. 2 Corinthians 2:11. You know what I mean? So Satan, relating to the trickery, the wiles, and stratagems and schemes, man. That's the carnal counterpart on earth, of course, with the working with his boss, the spiritual boss, the spiritual demon Satan. But the ultimate boss that controls both of them is Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. Let's talk about the carnal counterpart relating to the devices, the stratagems, and schemes that you know, they try to, you know, do and, you know, try to do and implement, man. Let me see, we got some other scriptures. Isaiah 25:7. And he will destroy this mountain of the face. This mountains represent sometimes power, government. The face of the covering cast over all the people. So that covering cast, part of that is the sorcery, the witchcraft. Part of that is, the sorcery and witchcraft to deceive what? The majority of the people. Right? And that veil that is spread over over all the nations. So a covering cast and a veil's been spread over all the nations, man. You know, and part of that is like I was saying, through the sorcery and witchcraft, man. You know, even the Western philosophy, which intoxicated and drunken the people, man, which make them cast them under that intoxicated spell, man. You know, so like the scripture talk about, the truth shall make you free. Knowing that truth breaks that covering cast and pulls down that veil, man. You know what I mean? So this is just a few scriptures relating to that, that video. So I hope it helps in some way. This is just something short. Basically, it's trying to present itself a certain way, for the optics of TV. You know what I mean? Because the media is a control space, a control venue, man. So the media, that's another lesson. But so they have to control the narrative, and how they control the narrative is control what information is pushed, and how it's pushed, and what type of information. Pretty much they control the people by what they want optically to be presented for the people, man, whether it be true or false, man. And that goes to Operation Mockingbird, which is media manipulation, man. It goes back in that's part of that. Media is an instrument and tool, man. So they present themselves using that, man, as that tool to control the narrative, but control the people with the information that's given to them, man. And that being said, I want to give all praise Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Bashim Rakakadat Zayah Wolf Shalom. Hope it helps. Shalom.